just say this. Every label passed up on me. Every record company passed up on me. Every crew, you know, like I'm from New York. Jay's crew and 50's crew didn't sign me. You know, I wasn't signed to Nas, and you know, I wasn't signed to anybody, you know.
Yeah. That was a part of it as well.
Mm-hmm. How did Jay-Z ruin all these sports?
Oh my God.
Well,
she felt like Lil Wayne. She feels like Lil Wayne should have been the performer at the Super Bowl in New Orleans.
That is funny as hell. Read that one again. What he said.
She did a whole list.
She said, "Dear #Jay-Z, you ruined hip hop, you ruined football, you ruined basketball, you ruined touring, you ruined Instagram, you ruined Twitter. The jig is up. All of this is alleged and for entertainment purposes only." And she also is saying, she's mentioning Desiree, who is one of Jay-Z's.
You might as well say Jay-Z's the head of Doge. Jay-Z invaded Gaza.
Nicki must have seriously underestimated how the Carters move, because now, after months of Beyonce keeping her cool while Nicki threw shade left and right, Queen Bey is finally making power moves behind the scenes. It's looking like Nicki's next album might crash harder than any project she's ever dropped. The whispers in the industry say Beyonce's been quietly pulling strings, and baby, the walls are closing in fast. And here's where it gets wild. Nicki didn't just stop at throwing shots at Bey and Jay. She had the audacity to speak on their kids. That's where everybody drew the line. People online are straight up saying she's lost it. Folks are wondering what's been going on with her lately, because her social media rants have been nothing short of chaotic. One minute she's coming after Cardi's kids, calling them names she swore she'd never say, and now she's dragging Beyonce's children into it. Girl, what are you doing? This is the same woman who once swore, "I'll never talk about anyone's kids." Yet here she is, doubling down and acting wild for clicks.
World know that Onika Tanya Mirage would never, has never, and will never speak ill of anyone's child. I am not a clown. That's clown shit.
She's calling other people's kids names while her own situation ain't exactly picture perfect. Fans are saying her son allegedly has some developmental struggles, so the hypocrisy is crazy. People are calling it pure clown behavior, and honestly, she's making it too easy for her haters right now.
Papa. Go get him.
Nicki's obsession with Beyonce and Jay-Z has been brewing for years. It's like she blames them for every setback in her life, every flop, every fallout, every feud. Remember last year when she was going off on Jay-Z in the middle of her beef with Megan Thee Stallion? She claimed they were blocking her bag and trying to freeze her out of the game. And now, it's getting even messier. In one leaked snippet, Nicki allegedly ranted about Desiree, Jay-Z's powerhouse exec, and said she fired people for unknown reasons just to ruin her. "She's trying to replace me. She's obsessed," Nicki supposedly shouted. She's even gone after hip-hop journalist Elliott Wilson, accusing him of being paid off by Jay-Z after he criticized her live stream with Kai Cenat where she was promoting her album. She even said, "Elliott, if you'd spit Jay-Z's D out for 1 second, you'd finally be able to be happy for the newcomers." Girl, what?
I've seen you post disrespecting me, Idiot Wilson. All of y'all, for some reason, when y'all are around certain people, y'all feel that y'all have this power. Why? When y'all have an affiliation to Jay-Z in some sort of way, y'all be thinking that y'all can disrespect and violate.
The drama has gone nuclear. Nicki's burning bridges faster than anyone can build them. And if the Carters are really moving in silence like people claim, this might just be the final nail in her industry coffin. Nicki clapped back hard, saying, "Isn't that how they always try to ruin my name?" Talking about I don't support new girls, when I've done songs with all of them. She even fired shots at the critics, asking, "Why you not happy for a young black man like Kai tomorrow?" The energy was chaotic, but she wasn't done yet, because then came the wildest claim of all. Nicki accused Jay-Z himself of setting her up to get arrested just to destroy her tour. If you remember, she was arrested last year during the European leg of her Pink Friday 2 tour after authorities in Amsterdam claimed she was smuggling illegal substances. Cameras were rolling when she got detained, and fans were left in total disbelief.
Say?
Second,
Tell me again.
the police officer told me we have to offload all the luggage.
Okay.
And to search everything.
Okay.
Your luggage. I'm so sorry to say that.
But isn't that what you planned on doing from the get-go? Why didn't you guys search it before it went on the plane?
They did just a random quick check, but now they want to open
Why?
it. And first of all, because you filmed him, and he was like...
Because I filmed him?
Yeah, he was like... He doesn't believe you that you don't have more with you than you said.
No, he asked me, do I have any more in those purses? And I said no. And I asked him, where are my bags? They took my bags and put it on the plane before I could know what bags are on the plane.
I see.
Yeah. So.
I'm so sorry for that.
Okay, of course.
Nicki went live from the airport furious, saying, "They've been trying to stop me from making every show. They took my bags before I even saw them, put them on the plane, and now they're saying customs gotta check them. This is what happens when people get paid big money to sabotage your tour after everything else fails. It's illegal." She didn't stop there. Nicki claimed people on her own team turned against her, allegedly taking payouts to feed Roc Nation information about her every move. She said, "They mad because my tour's doing numbers they didn't expect. They can't eat off me no more, so now they trying to block my blessings." And according to her, this setup was a full-blown industry hit job meant to paint her as unstable and ruin her image once and for all. Then YouTube gossip blogger Storm Monroe, who's known for having serious insider connects in Hollywood, jumped in and backed her story. He claimed sources told him that Jay-Z was behind the whole Amsterdam situation, that there's allegedly a mole on Nicki's team being paid off by Roc Nation to leak her plans. Storm said that's how Dutch police knew about the supposed substances in her luggage before she even touched down.
Now, granted, Nicki said she's had problems with Amsterdam and the Dutch plenty of times, and she said every time she get ready to perform, they find something messed up. Now, they were looking at her bags. They had removed her bags either from her flight or going to a flight, and they said they took her bags off. They were searching her bags, and
because mind you, of course, she's over there traveling on a private jet. And so you go through a private airport, and then once they put the bags on the thing, and then it rolls up to the plane. Oh, okay, got it. And they took them right off. Got it.
Looks like maybe her security guards may have had something extra on them that they weren't supposed to have. Well, allegedly, they told Nicki she had to come down to the station and make a statement. And I guess Nicki went Harajuku Barbie on their ass, or Roman came out, and she behind bars now.
Fans online went crazy, debating whether this was a legit setup or just another Nicki meltdown. But one thing's for sure, if what she's saying is true, it's one of the boldest plays we've ever seen from a superstar going head-to-head with one of the most powerful names in the game. The way she's calling out Roc Nation, Beyonce's Circle, and even Jay himself, she's clearly not scared of anyone right now. Right after that whole Amsterdam drama, Nicki jumped right back on Jay-Z's neck, and this time she was coming with big accusations. She claimed Jay scammed her out of a whopping $200 million. According to Nicki, this all traces back to 2015 when Jay brought her, Rihanna, Alicia Keys, and a bunch of other A-list stars into his streaming company Tidal. He promised them ownership stakes and long-term payouts. But years later, when Jay sold Tidal for $300 million, Nicki said she didn't see a single dime from it. She claimed she owned a 3% stake in the company, which should have earned her close to $8.9 million. But Jay supposedly tried to lowball her hard. Nicki said that when her lawyers reached out to collect her money, Jay only offered her $1 million, and that came with a major string attached. He allegedly wanted her to sign a non-disclosure agreement before receiving the payout. Nicki wasn't having it. She called him out publicly, saying she refused to be silenced for pennies when she was owed millions. Neither Beyonce nor Jay ever responded to those claims. But you know who did? Beyonce's mom, Miss Tina Knowles, and her sister, Solange. Both of them seemed fed up with Nicki's constant shots at the Carter family. Miss Tina posted a photo of her and Beyonce with a shady caption that read, "Good morning. It feels good to wake up knowing my faves didn't lose their minds like some people. Y'all have a great day. Remember to ignore the ignorance." Fans instantly knew who that was aimed at, and the Barbs went wild in her comments. They dragged Miss Tina so badly that she ended up editing her caption, claiming it wasn't about Nicki at all. She wrote, "Wow. I reposted this because it was talking about our relationship. It had nothing to do with anyone other than me and Beyonce. Please stop being messy and dragging me into something I have nothing to do with. You guys should be ashamed. But by then, the damage was already done. Then Solange came in swinging. Without saying a word, she posted a series of eerie, artsy photos on Instagram showing mysterious idols and ritual symbols, which fans took as a straight-up warning shot to Nicki. Social media went into overdrive with people saying Solange was sending spiritual messages to tell Nicki to back off before things got darker. And just when it seemed like Nicki might finally let the Carters breathe, she went even further, turning her attention back to Jay-Z and bringing up his rumored estranged son. She accused Jay of trying to silence that young man and bury the story before it ever hit the public. The tension between Nicki and the Carter camp had officially reached boiling point, and by now, fans could tell. This wasn't just petty drama anymore. This was personal. So here's where things really started spiraling. Nicki took aim at one of Jay-Z's most sensitive scandals. A man named Rymir Satterthwaite has been claiming for years that Jay-Z got his mother pregnant when she was just 16 and has refused to take a DNA test ever since. This story has been floating around for a long time, but Nicki decided to throw gas on the fire by reposting a 50-cent post about it. She added her own caption saying, "Jay-Z is trending because the judge has granted Rymir's request to move forward with his case, and the judge has demanded Jay-Z respond to the paternity lawsuit by July 18th. Number Jay-Z. Is this why he was trending the other day? I don't know. To God be the glory." That post exploded instantly. Fans were shocked she'd go that far, publicly amplifying a story Jay has fought to keep private for decades. But that wasn't even the end of it. Beyonce reportedly started moving differently after that moment. Sources say Bey had already been quietly irritated by Nicki's constant jabs at Jay, but now things were getting personal. And the real breaking point, when Nicki dragged Beyonce's kids into her beef with Cardi B, it all started when Cardi posted a heated tweet aimed at Nicki saying, "You said you were gonna kick my child's gums back. Didn't you say you was in New York? Now where the F you at? 'Cause today's gonna be the day I go to jail." Cardi was fired up, but instead of letting it go, Nicki came back swinging and crossed a serious line. She responded with, "Camel and rat, we are not fazed by botted tweets and bots in the comments. That's precisely why you broke. Now, Desiree got fillers since I said she ugly. Now she uglier. Oh, girl, Camel, let's talk about your kids today." That's on the docket, boy. Fans couldn't believe what they were reading. Calling Beyonce and Jay-Z camel and rat was one thing, but bringing up their children, that's when everything shifted. Insiders say that's when Beyonce finally decided to stop ignoring Nicki's antics and start making power moves to quietly shut her out of the industry. And honestly, who could blame her? You can only stay silent for so long when someone's dragging your entire family into nonsense. And let's not forget, Cardi had her own shade ready. She clapped back online and hinted that Nicki's own son wasn't exactly the brightest, which only made the situation uglier. It was pure chaos across social media. Fans were taking sides, hashtags were trending, and people started warning Nicki to chill before she pushed the wrong buttons. One fan even tweeted, "I said it once and I'll say it again. Beyonce's about to attack those pockets in a sneak attack." And that right there might be the most accurate prediction of all. Because behind the scenes, word is Beyonce started working those industry connections subtly but powerfully, making sure doors started closing for Nicki one by one. It's giving silent revenge. And if that's true, Nicki might have just poked the wrong queen. After that, the storm only grew louder. People in the industry started whispering that Beyonce's team had already begun calling in favors, canceling certain festival slots, freezing promo opportunities, and quietly warning sponsors to back away from anything tied to Nicki. It wasn't some loud public takedown, it was quiet, calculated, and ruthless, the way true industry power operates. And right in the middle of it all, Nicki's behavior got even more unpredictable. She began posting cryptic tweets and deleting them minutes later. Stuff like, "They can't stop what God started," and "When you expose demons, they always retaliate." Fans couldn't tell if she was talking about the Carters or her own team, but the timing had everyone connecting dots. Then reports came out that a few major producers who'd worked with Beyonce in the past suddenly pulled out of Nicki's upcoming project. Names like Hit Boy and Mike Will Made It started trending after fans noticed they'd unfollowed her on social media. A few insiders even claimed that Roc Nation had quietly reached out to certain industry executives, suggesting Nicki was too controversial to attach to brand partnerships. Meanwhile, the blogs were eating this up. Gossip pages posted screenshots of supposed DMs between Nicki and an anonymous insider, warning her that Roc Nation's blacklist is real and that the queen better watch her throne. Others claimed Jay-Z had instructed people to let her talk, she'll ruin herself. Even fans noticed the shift. Nicki's new singles weren't getting prime placements on Spotify or Apple Music like before. Her interviews got canceled and her name started disappearing from festival lineups she'd already been announced for. Everything about it screamed silent sabotage, and Nicki made sure everyone knew she felt under attack. But instead of cooling off, she doubled down again, posting throwback clips of her success and writing long captions about betrayal in the business. She said, "They only love you when you're controllable. When you stop playing the game, they call you crazy." That post alone hit over 1 million likes and had her fans convinced Beyonce and Jay were moving against her in the shadows. At this point, the tension had turned into a full-on industry Cold War, and everyone was watching to see who'd make the next move. Better stop playing because this whole situation is spiraling faster than anyone expected. Even die-hard fans are saying Nicki might have finally crossed the wrong line this time. One person tweeted, "The Barbs might be crazy, but they ain't the Hive." And that comment alone had the internet shaking. Everybody knows, once the Bey Hive locks in on someone, it's over. Another fan wrote, "Nicki Minaj, whatever issue you got with Jay-Z, keep it that way. Watch your mouth when it comes to Beyonce and her kids. She's the real queen you want to be." And honestly, that's the energy most people are carrying right now. Social media's in a frenzy. Half the crowd defending Nicki's right to speak her mind, and the other half saying she's pushing boundaries that even industry legends know not to touch. You can beef with artists, sure, but when you start dragging kids into it, that's a whole new level of disrespect. Meanwhile, insiders are saying Beyonce's circle is already strategizing their next move. Nothing public, of course, because Bey's power plays are never loud. She's quiet, strategic, and patient. But the word going around is that once the Carters make their next step, it's going to hit Nicki where it hurts most, her bag and her brand. And judging by how cold the industry's been acting toward her lately, that plan might already be in motion. So now the question is, will Nicki finally back down and try to repair what's left of her relationships in the business, or will she keep going until the damage is permanent? The music game is watching every move she makes, and the drama just keeps getting thicker by the day. But I want to know what you think. Was Nicki out of line for speaking on Beyonce and Jay-Z's kids? Or is this just another case of the industry ganging up on her? Drop your thoughts down below in the comments. Hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping updates. I'll see you on the next one, and make sure to click the next video on your screen for even more wild celebrity drama.